Hello there, shitlords, weebs and noobs. Today we're looking at Dragon Quest Builders. Now I'm not a huge fan of the Dragon Quest franchise. I think the last time I played a Dragon Quest game was back in the days when PlayStation didn't have a numeral after it, so that gives you some idea. The cutesy graphics always put me off. I always preferred the more mature looking JRPGs with their Bishunin anti-heroes and villains and their improbably dressed female characters. So Dragon Quest Builders with its cutesy kiddie look never really appealed to me, though by all accounts yeah, they were great. Still, Dragon Quest Builders, the cutesy graphics didn't seem to bother me so much, and combining JRPG elements with Minecraft essentially made it irresistible. Though if you're going to buy it, don't be an idiot like I was. Don't buy it on digital download, because the difference in price between buying a physical copy and buying a digital download on the PlayStation Store was £15. Now I'm used to the difference between the prices being maybe £5, but £15? Jesus tit fucking Christ. You know, you get free next day delivery with Amazon Prime, so just, you know, wait a day and get it that much cheaper. Don't be a moron like me. Good lord. Anyway, so is the game any good? Well, it is a JRPG version of Minecraft. It's third-person view, which is a bit different, though you can play Minecraft that way, and that can make things a little bit fiddly and difficult, as well as the whole building and combining and gathering resources element. There is also a quest element, so you'll attract people to your settlement as you build it up, and they'll make demands of you to build certain things, or to go and find certain materials, or to kill certain monsters, and all that kind of thing. So it's different, it's more structured. That side of it does exist, and there's also a tower defense element in that periodically your fortress, your city, your town will be attacked by monsters, some of them capable of smashing down walls and wrecking all this good work that you've done. So there is a strategic element to that in building up your city, building up your town to defend against these kind of attacks. So that's another interesting spin as well. So given it has this backing of a proper studio, a lot of development time and so on, it does seem to stand out quite a lot over and above other Minecraft and survival game clones that you do find out there. A lot of survival games have compromised the building elements and the way in which you can distort the landscape compared to Minecraft. This one, no, you can dig around and do pretty much anything. There are invisible boundaries here and there to help maintain the quests and stop you cheating by building bridges across to other islands, but by and large you retain a lot of the freedom. There's also a lot more options in terms of what you can build. You can definitely make some very, very pretty structures here. The downside for me was that it is much fiddlier to move around and build in this third-person view. It is tricky to aim correctly, to get things lined up right. You often end up smashing things you didn't intend to and picking them up, and when you get into battles and you're swinging wildly around with your sword, you do tend to do as much damage to your own buildings as any monsters might have done. That may be realistic, but it's fucking annoying. So overall, it's, as a survival game goes, it's good. It's probably a bit simpler than some of them that are out there. As an RPG, so far it's a little bit light on the kind of quest elements and so on. It's mostly just travelling from point A to point B to find things, but it does definitely add more structure and more interest. As an alternative to Minecraft, which I still play an obscene amount, it's definitely very good. I'm enjoying the JRPG elements, the cutesy style definitely fits this kind of game, and I don't see any reason why you shouldn't go for it, really. Other than the price, don't buy it digital. Now, some people want to play this on PC, and it does seem fairly unlikely that we'll see a PC port. At the moment it's available on PlayStation 4 and PS Vita. I'm not sure about any other platforms. It seems unlikely that it's going to get onto PC, because Dragon Quest Heroes, which is the previous one, only did about 30 to 40,000 units, I think, on PC, I believe in the States. So, given that problem, that those kind of numbers aren't really enough to support doing it, it does seem unlikely that it's going to see a PC port. But then it may have already been planned. You know, maybe they've seen, maybe when they were going for the whole Dragon Quest Heroes thing, maybe they felt, you know, the next few games would all be developed for PC as well. So I wouldn't completely give up hope, but so far I haven't seen anything that gives any hint there's going to be a PC version. So the graphics are cutesy, but it's fun. It kind of fits in with the whole thing. There's all kinds of options for furniture and different wall types and floor types and so on. So you can definitely make very pretty structures. There's just that problem of maneuvering around. It's definitely harder to get where you need to create something truly pretty rather than something just practical, and that can end up being rather frustrating. There's a wide variety of resources. There's different biomes which are on different islands which you meet by going on teleporters. You get the teleporters by completing certain quests. There's no sort of level up experience system per se. You level up your base by making it prettier and more complex, and, you know, attracting new people there, completing quests, that sort of thing. Your hit points goes up when you gather life seeds, which you also get from doing quests. But that's really the only element there. The survival side, it's best to be inside at night. Monsters are tougher at night, there's more of them around. These random little ghost bastards will come running after you, wherever you are, even inside your fortress, and that's super annoying. You do have to eat food, but I haven't found myself in any kind of situation where I might run out of food at any point. So the survival element is very much secondary, and I guess in a way almost pointless. Really, it's the running around, the building, the fighting, and the doing the quests that's the main kind of meat and potatoes. Some people are reporting that there's 60 to 80 hours of play in this if you decide to do anything and everything that you can, and I can believe that. So what sells these games to me is being able to change the world around you. And while it is concentrated in this one city, you can build settlements wherever you go, or monuments, or just weird things that you feel like making. So there's definitely replay value or lengthened play value in that you can just piss about and make whatever you want, come back and play again and try different solutions. That said, it won't have the same kind of longevity as Minecraft and so on does, because it doesn't seem to have a free play mode. Maybe that happens at the end, once you complete the whole quest line. I don't know yet. I guess that's reasonably likely, and that would definitely add a lot of longevity to the game. But I think once you run out of the quests, that's really the kind of unique element that makes Dragon Quest Builders a different game to the other stuff that's out there. So once you've done that, I don't know, maybe you might play for a while, maybe you might play it through again, but then that's probably a lot. And given it is a full-priced game, maybe that's not the kind of value for money that you get from something like Minecraft or Terraria or similar, but it's still pretty good compared to a lot of games. I don't regret the purchase. I regret paying the extra £15 for it. That's the only real difference. So would I recommend it? It's not exactly leveraging the full power of the PS4. So for what it is, I mean, stylistically, you don't need games to do that. So long as they look nice and they work, and, they look pretty. It's pretty enough. It doesn't particularly wow you. The monsters aren't particularly difficult and don't have any kind of remotely intelligent AI. The tower defense element is a nice aspect. I really like that. So waves of baddies coming after your town, and you really do get invested in the defenses and really do get annoyed when they smash things. Worse than creepers in Minecraft. So overall, graphics, they're nothing special, but they get the job done, and they're cutesy and pretty, and I've not really got anything bad to say about them in this context. I still wouldn't play a proper RPG with these kind of graphics in them, because I'm a snob, but in this, it works fine. The music is frigging annoying, and I turned it down almost straight away. Fortunately, you can do that. The navigation of menus and so on is also annoying. It's kind of a harp back to old console navigation and so on. There aren't a huge amount of settings, there isn't a huge amount of character customization, though you'll pick up armor and things later on, which, yeah, can make you look a bit different, a bit good. The quests are fairly simple so far, but they're getting a bit more complex and a bit more involved, a bit more interesting. You learn more about the past of the place in dream sequences and from notes and books scattered about the place. There's some interesting humour in there, including some sneaky adult humour, which is weird when you look at the cutesy graphics and then you see them making certain references to things, but I think it makes it more effective in a lot of ways. I'm still wrangling with it, but I've seen enough I think, to recommend it. I would give it 3 out of 5 for presentation. Yeah, that's average. And I would give it 4 out of 5 for content. The quests and so on could be a bit more involved. The way it's organised kind of holds it back a bit. So that would give it a total of 7 for a total of 3.5 out of 5. So that's above average. It's a good game if you like this sort of thing. If you don't like this sort of thing, it's not going to appeal to you. So it's a great game for people who like survival games but want something a bit more directed and a bit prettier than the standard fare that's out there, but retains all that customization that you get in something like Minecraft. So it gets a thumbs up from me and a recommendation. 3.5 out of 5. Dragon Quest Builders, go buy it, you won't regret it. If you're sitting on the fence like I was, just go ahead, you'll love it.
If you like what I do, please like, subscribe. Check me out on Twitter at Grimachu, Facebook, James.Desborough, G+, James Grim Desborough, Minds, Grimachu. My main website is postmortemstudios.wordpress.com.